smoke another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, here up in the front seat. Get my meals, I'm gunning for the money. Money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights Live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the network. I am Spencer Raxter. He is Chris Platte. We got Nick Koloff. We got Gordo, Commissioner Gordon in the building, and Luke in the back taking care of business. Easy, unfortunately, passed, and it sucks, but, you know, the show.
Funerals on Friday.
Yeah, he's a witch, actually, and he got rained on and died. But, no, Easy's at the Tiger. Well, I don't know if he's going to be at the Tigers game. Torrential downpour out there, but he's supposed to be at the Tigers game.
It's Easy's fault.
It is Easy's fault.
It's Easy's fault, 100%.
We can blame Easy for sure. We got a lot to talk about today. Trajan Langdon came out and he addressed the media for his post-season press conference that had a lot to say about a lot of different things that we've been talking about over the past couple of days, so that'll be good.
Well, we know how Microwave
Nick coming in hot already, but
Microwave is here.
Yeah, a lot to talk about, a lot of clips to break down, but first things first. Bro, Victor Wembanyama is a nutcase.
Did you see that? Did you see that where he hit that three was the exact spot or roughly that Curry hit his logo three?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're telling me that guy 7'5" is also pulling up from Curry range? Like, it's completely unfair, man. Like, he is. That's why I can't root for them. Like, I know you guys, we were talking about it yesterday, and you're like, I guess if I have to pick a team, it's them. But, like, no, because that should be us. That should be us right now.
Yeah.
But I do think
it should be us. If we had Wemby and Cade, it would have been unfair.
Yeah.
Like, the league knows that they couldn't have allowed that to happen.
Yeah. Monty Williams could still be coaching this team to a championship. Yeah. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that you cannot fuck that up. Killian Hayes could be your two. It doesn't fucking matter.
It really doesn't.
At that point.
That guy is unfair.
Yeah.
That guy is unfair. What do you have, 24 rebounds or something like that, too? Just ridiculous. Man, I don't know. It just pisses me off because now it's just going to be Spurs and OKC every single year. One of those guys is going to win the chip.
Yeah, man.
I don't think that it might just be the Spurs. Like Victor's that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, they might make the Oklahoma City Thunder have to actually push their chips in and make a move. And you know, I know we had a lot of OKC talk yesterday, but like I'm telling you, if they lose this, they might have to make some drastic changes because that might be the only way they can compete with it. Think about it. Like we said with Cade Cunningham, this is the worst this Piston team will be. That is the worst this Spurs team will be. Yeah. Dylan Harper, Castle, Wemby, all of those guys are going to take a step forward as they progress. I mean, the fact that he's already on track to enter a finals before LeBron James got to a finals in what was a weak East, and he's in a super strong Western Conference. Unbelievable, man. Like, this guy is just –
It's unfair. Yeah. It's unfair. It really is unfair for the rest of the league to have a 7-foot giant shooting threes and handling the ball the way he does. And I don't know, man. It kind of makes me depressed.
It's unfair that he also got like the support cast too.
Yeah.
Like just give that guy like the 07 Cavs, just like do that.
Give him Mo Williams.
That. Yeah, dude. Where is Sasha Popovich at a time like this? I guarantee you could bring him to the finals, man. It's unbelievable for that guy to be able to protect the rim, get rebounds, hit from three, dominate the inside. It's nothing we've ever seen.
It really isn't. And like I've said this before, I'll say it again. If he stays healthy, he will go down as the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, and he's French, too, which makes it even worse. Fucking French.
What do you got against the French,
fuck the French, dude.
Hey, they helped bail us out. And,
I'm sure they did.
That was not a bailout. That is an improper use of the term bailout.
All right, hey, bullshit. We already went over this, dude.
Yeah. This does not qualify as a bailout.
Fuck the French. Stick Radio says, Jared Goff greater than Josh Allen. I don't make the rules. Allen fails every year. Well, by that logic, Goff does too.
Yeah.
So,
I guess.
I mean, you got yourself in a taboo here, Stick. And we're going to get into that later because Nick Wright called Jared Goff civilian.
Oof.
And so people were up in arms about that. Booner was very up in arms about that.
I imagine.
I'm not that mad about it. And I don't think you should be either. We'll get into that later. But one thing I do want to talk about is the state of Ohio just dog walking us in the past couple days. 'Cause obviously we know what the Cleveland Cavaliers did to the Pistons in Game 7, winning by 30-plus points. But for some reason, I decided to watch the Tigers game last night. And as Jose Ramirez hit his home run in the 9th inning to go up like 8-1, there were Cleveland fans wearing Cavaliers jerseys in the stands celebrating. We can't let that, as Detroit, we can't let that happen. I know the city of Detroit is in a good spot right now, right? You feel safe if you're a white woman walking down the street of Detroit, which is awesome. Bring some of that grit back. I don't want these stupid-ass Cavaliers fans feeling safe in the city. Make them feel scared. Make them scared to walk down the streets. We cannot have these little shits walking around in Cavaliers jerseys just unharassed.
Yeah.
I need people to test them on the corner of the city. Because, bring back some of the grit of Detroit. Make them scared to wear an opposing jersey in the city. That's how it should be.
No, it was crazy because you nailed it, man. Like, me and Nick were sitting behind a whole row of them, and they were all just totally comfortable. Hell, they were, like I said yesterday, they were stealing our slang. They were saying Cleveland versus everybody,
Did you see
which
Harden?
Now New York is doing.
Yeah, did
bullshit,
you see
by the way.
Harden doing the Blade? The Blade dance?
The Blade Ice.
Yeah, Blade Icewood.
Yeah, man, that shit's sick. That's sick to myself, man. We lost to a generational choke artist.
We're letting Ohio show us up right now.
This is
We
bad.
gotta go we gotta wage a war against the state of Ohio.
Get our
or
get
something.
back.
We gotta take Toledo back, or burn down Cedar Point.
Yes.
Or
No,
we
wait,
gotta
hold
do
on, hold
we
on,
gotta
hold
do
on, hold on.
something.
That's too far.
We cannot allow this to stand. Ohio has too much control over Detroit right now.
Yes.
We cannot allow this to continue.
No, something has to be done. Whether we January 6th Cedar Point or what, we have to do something.
I'm down to
We
J6
have
Cedar
to.
Point.
Yeah, we have to.
Because that's the Ohio
is their
capital.
capital.
Yeah, we'll do
Capital.
June 6th. How about that?
June 6th, yeah, Cedar Point. And we just start shaking the coasters or something.
Well, I saw something. Where was it? There was some amusement park.
Six
was it Six
Flags.
Flags? Yeah. Did you see that? Six Flags. There was a power outage, and people were at the top and shit.
You know why they had a power outage? Because the local data center opened up a few miles away.
AI in Ohio, the two worst things in society today.
You can
The
leave.
two abominations.
Yeah.
You can leave Cedar Point alone, but Cleveland, all bets are
I don't
off.
even know what's in Cleveland.
Yeah.
What is there about Cleveland?
It's an emptier Detroit. I went there for a rugby tournament and
You could
kind of strolled around downtown pretty late at night, and it was brutal.
I say we
it was
stop.
dead.
We stop visiting or spending money at Dan Gilbert owned businesses.
Yes.
R.I.P.
How about
Detroit.
that?
R.I.P. Detroit.
He wants to send 25 busloads of Cavs fans to Detroit. Stop paying for beers at his restaurants.
Or slash the tires.
Or slash the tires.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah.
They knew, Pistons fans knew that there were 25 buses of Cavaliers fans coming. Create an embargo.
Yeah.
Slash the tires. Do something.
Dude.
We can't just
Can we
let
get a
these
Suez
fucks
Canal
in here.
situation?
Yeah, the Strait of Cleve Moose. We need to close that shit up. Man.
And we knew where they were staying, and nobody did anything either. We saw that report about where they were staying at for the game, and nobody did nothing.
Hey, I'm with it.
was
I'm ready to
embarrassing.
show up to one of these hotels and just sit there with the speaker the whole all night long, till they tell me to leave.
We
Yeah,
had a chance.
too
and
late
we-
now.
and we blew it, man. Embarrassing.
Sideless with the super chat. He says Reconquista, Ohio was promised to us 3,000 years ago. Hey man, all I'm
I
saying.
heard that word.
All I'm saying is, I don't promote physical violence. We don't promote physical violence as a network. But allegedly, if you see a Cleveland Cavaliers fan in the streets, punch him in the face.
Allegedly.
They're getting too comfortable in Detroit. Their britches are too big. and they need to be knocked down a peg or two.
In
That's all I'm
Roblox.
And we
In
got a
Roblox.
guy that's going to have boots on the ground there tonight. Starts with you, Easy. I don't care how nice you're sitting in those seats.
Yeah.
You see a Cleveland Cavalier or a Guardian fan, I want a couple knuckle Sammies out there.
That's a good point,
Couple
Nick.
knuckle Sammies. I don't care how bougie these seats are. We need you getting down and dirty at Comerica tonight.
That's a good point.
Rough it up.
Because if Easy doesn't get arrested tonight, then he does not love Detroit sports.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's a good point, Chris. If Easy isn't arrested for assault on a Cleveland fan tonight, he does not love Detroit sports.
Yes.
I think we need to put that out there in the streets. It's just, oh, man. It makes me sick. It truly does.
I need to see a video of him throwing out chirps at least.
Yeah, at least chirps. Well, I mean, but can we even chirp them?
We kind of can't right now.
No, that's what, physical violence is the only answer.
We have
Sometimes violence is the answer. We do not promote violence on this show.
But
In Skyrim.
In Skyrim, yes.
but
Fusro da those motherfuckers off a building. Allegedly.
Flame at
All
Track.
super chats go to Bale, says Vincent.
Yeah, yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, that'll work. But before, we get too deep into Trajan Langdon's comments and we start breaking those down, there is one thing in this intro I felt that we needed to bring kind of a good feeling. A good feeling to just sports fans everywhere, because the process has officially ended, folks.
Yes.
The process is over. Ben Simmons has won a championship. And if you don't know, Ben Simmons has won a championship in bass fishing. And here it is, the South Florida Sales
He's
AC.
not even the marquee guy
Not
here.
even the marquee guy. Doesn't even get the biggest picture.
He's the sixth man.
And it looks like they used his NBA headshot and
Yes.
just put the hat on him. Like, does it not? That looks
Yeah.
like his NBA headshot.
Nah, I think that's a new picture.
I don't know.
I mean, he posed for it the exact same because that's all he knows how to do. But like,
But yeah, I mean, he's marlin and sail fishing. Congrats, Ben Simmons. It's over. I mean, it's the process is over.
LeBron, we're good.
LeBron, yeah.
We're good.
We got to find whoever the LeBron James of prize fishing is. We're good. We
Victor
got Ben
Wembanyama,
Simmons.
we're good.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama, we're good.
I
No,
just
crazy.
that brother ain't even driving the boat. Says I'm sorry. It's but it's good to see a young man chase his dreams.
Yeah.
Because apparently he didn't like basketball, but he loves fishing. Good for him, man.
Insane, man.
Diversity fish hire, says Incel Paper.
oh my god,
It's not bass fishing. At least it's deep sea fishing. I don't know. At least is it that much?
yeah, deep sea fishing is like you're catching some crazy shit. when you're
Yeah,
deep sea
it said
fishing.
what marlins and
like
sailfish.
swordfish and shit.
I don't know.
It ain't no $120 million contract, I'll tell you that.
No, that's for sure. Let's see
you
if
that.
Ben Simmons can build off of this though.
Yes.
Maybe that's what he needed. He just needed to get a taste of winning,
He comes back.
and he can have his comeback.
Dating a
is this
Jenner
the
will
Michael
change a
Jordan
man.
story, but with fishing instead of baseball?
It could be. They had to let Ben Simmons go so the Warriors could dominate the league for a little bit. They had to get Ben Simmons out of there, and now they could bring him back. He's the only one that could save us from Victor Wembanyama. It's a 6'9" point guard who can't shoot.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite.
A guy who's a foot shorter and shoots worse.
Second whitest
Crazy.
sport ever next to pickleball. Ooh,
Pickleball.
that's a good debate.
I think pickleball is pretty diverse. I don't know. I've seen some pickleball courts. There's plenty of people.
Yeah.
I don't
different kinds
know.
of people.
If we're going off of the Woodward Sports pickleball outing, I would say
Yeah.
it is not diverse at all
Ooh.
because
That was
JB and
the Elite
KG
Watts.
didn't score a point. Like the entire, it was 3 matches, they didn't score a point. I think NASCAR's got to be up there, right? But now that Michael Jordan dominates NASCAR, is that taking off?
Oh, yeah.
Gordon, you look like a NASCAR fan based off mullet.
I don't give a shit about NASCAR.
Shout out NASCAR. COVID NASCAR betting was pretty fun.
COVID NASCAR betting.
That's insane. Betting on
Denny
NASCAR
Hamlin,
in general.
Denny Hamlin, never forget.
This is worse
Blew-
than I thought, Nick.
Blew a lead, 5 laps to go. Just completely blew the tire. We'll never forget it.
That's
Probably would be a millionaire. Just
How much money were you putting on NASCAR bets?
my firstborn's life.
Yeah. I had 50 grand on Denny Hamlin.
No, I'm just kidding. But that was like the only sport on for a little bit. So
That makes sense.
I got some respect for NASCAR for that sense.
Yeah.
Spenmo Backs with the super chat says, was Tom Mazaway there? Where? At the fishing event? He probably was. He was probably covering it. I mean, I feel like Maz has done a bass fishing tournament in his day.
Hey, look at me. I caught a guppy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he's got a swordfish, huh? Where's the sword? Is it on the fish? But shout out to Ben Simmons, man. You love to see somebody chase their dreams.
Absolutely, man.
It's just that guy, man. What a loser.
I think he's 26 years old. He got his first championship before LeBron. LeBron got his championship at 27.
LeBron, we're good.
Dude, that's still.
Is that
so
the
nuts.
worst take of all time?
It's got to be.
It's
It's got to be up there.
I feel like there's probably something worse, but that's got to be top 5.
The confidence too. Like he looked in the camera and he's just like, LeBron, we're good.
We're good. Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
But we're going to go to break.
Skip Bayless probably had 1 or 2 in there
Skip
too.
had some bad ones. My favorite video was Skip Bayless arguing with himself about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do that with Stick. Like I think if we search the archives long enough, there was a video that somebody made of Stick Bayless arguing with himself on Aaron Rodgers because it was just the complete opposite sides of the coin. And I feel like we could do that
We
with
could
Stick.
easily do that with Goff and Cade.
We could do that with Goff and
Yeah,
Cade.
for sure.
But no, it's got to be the same guy.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
makes it the
that's
best
true.
part.
Yeah, that's true.
Lando Lightning with the super chat says, insert Joakim Noah Cleveland slander. I never heard anybody say they want to go to Cleveland on vacation. He's right.
Crazy.
He's right. But we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to break down Trajan Langdon's comments about what was happening with the trade deadline. We'll start with his comments on Jalen Duren and what's going on there. But first, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anybody can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. You can upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,700 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. The boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Don't miss all the Detroit Pistons coverage on Woodward Pistons on YouTube. Head over and subscribe now for in-depth Pistons coverage, player interviews, roundtables, and live watch parties. The bad boys of Detroit media are here. Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports. I love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
All Day, Ethan. Listen, All Day IPA is the source when it comes to IPAs. For 15 years, they've been providing the best taste, flavor, and refreshment when it comes to Indian Pale Ales. So make sure you go get some IPA, All Day IPAs from Founders Brewing Company. They've been around forever. You're going to have them camping, bonfire, wherever this summer. Just get some now. Get it started now. All Day IPA from Founders Brewing Company. It's Michigan companies supporting Michigan companies. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button. I am Spencer. He is Chris. We got Nick. We got Gordon. We got Luke. The boys are all here except for Easy because he is going to be arrested for fighting Cleveland fans tonight. Or he doesn't love Detroit sports.
Or everything he said into this microphone is false.
Yeah, I don't make the rules. It's one or the other. But Trajan Langdon did speak to the media today. He did his kind of, after-season press conference to break down what happened in a successful season for the Pistons that did end in heartbreak. But we're going to talk about Jalen Duren first because obviously that is a big point of contention. Should he get the Supermax? What are you going to do not Supermax, the rookie max? What are you going to do when it comes to extending him? There were reports out there that they're going to try to bring him back on a smaller rate than what the max contract would be. So I would like to see that, but let's hear it straight from the Long Dong's mouth. And here is what President of Basketball Operations for the Detroit Pistons, Trajan Langdon, had to say about Jalen Duren.
Well, first of all, JD had a fantastic season. All-star, one of the biggest contributors to us being the number one seed. Darn near 20 points and 10 rebounds per game. An incredible year, an incredible leap from last year to this year because of the work that he put in last summer and his focus. And I have no doubt that we'll help him put a plan together and he'll attack it this summer just like he did last summer. And he'll come back a better player from his experience not only during the regular season but also in the postseason, just like all of our guys will. So we look forward to coming together with his representation, getting a deal done, and for him continue to be a Piston.
Oh, it seems like Trajan and the Pistons believe that the struggles that Jalen Duren had can be worked out. They can be fixed. They can be changed by him improving his game. And that is not going to be a deciding factor of whether or not they re-sign him. How do you feel about that, Chris?
I mean, it's what you got to say. Like, you can't say more negatively than what Trajan said. Like, you really can't, because then you risk either burning that bridge or just completely just backfiring and falling on yourself when it comes to the Jalen Duren thing. So, look, it's ugly. I mean, in fact, there was a part right after it where somebody asked a follow-up question, and they're like, so, what do you value regular season versus postseason with the contract? And he's like, and he just laughed and shut it down immediately and said, we're going to look at all of it. So you could tell that Trajan is already annoyed by the question. He knows how big of a deal it is for this franchise. And that's the truth, because in this second CBA, if you just bomb this Jalen Duren contract and it is a bad contract, you have completely screwed yourself, because now those assets that you have, those first-round picks, those swaps, all of that, they now are required just to get off of him, let alone get a good player in return. So if you miss on this contract and Jalen Duren does not deliver, then you have set yourself and this organization back terribly, and you have hampered them. And we've seen this with teams before, with superstars before. This is the issue that teams have run into. Like the Cavs in their first go-around with LeBron, they gave a lot of money to Shaq, who was old. They gave a lot of money to J.J. Hickson. They gave a lot of money to Antoine Jameson, who was way over the hill at that point. Like, those types of moves are the types of moves that can just cripple you, and then all of a sudden you can't get that you can't make that move that puts you over the hump. And, Jalen Duren is only 22, so you do have reason to believe that he can get better. But you also have reason to believe that a center isn't going to really dictate the Pistons' success, because you've seen Cade Cunningham be successful with 3 centers this season. You've seen him be successful with Duren, with Stu, and with B-Ball Paul. 3 different types of centers, all equal great production. They all gave you great production at some point this season. So if I'm Trajan, I'm paying him like a top 10 center, and you hope that, and I think that's a fair market value contract, because I think he will be a top 10 center at the very least. And then come playoff time, you hope that he can kind of grow there. But I think if you go anything over that, if you go top 5 center, top 3 center contract in the NBA, you're putting yourself in a very, very bad predicament, because now you're requiring Jalen Duren to be the second best player.
Yeah.
And that's it, and that could be the issue.
I think he has to be. Day? Like I think not only if you pay him, but with the big 3 that they have, Jalen Duren has to be your second best offensive weapon. And I don't know if that's realistic. I do. We see the mid-range. You see the jump shot there a little bit, but does he have the confidence to consistently hit that in the playoffs? And if he does, why wasn't he shooting it? Because it's not like he's got a bad jumper. I mean, he's a good free throw shooter. His jump shot looks clean, but you need to have some sort of at least 17-foot jump shot if you're going to do anything offensively in the playoffs. Because if not, teams could just play off of you and not worry about you. So we'll see. Nick, how do you feel about Trajan basically saying that they're probably going to give him the max?
I feel like he would tie himself in a corner if he didn't say this, and we've seen other GMs in this town that have been bad that literally, kind of pigeonhole themselves. And, I think about like a Darius Slay where like you trade your cornerback so you have to go draft one. Yeah. That's just bad. That's a bad GM right there. But I think with Trajan, I know we were extremely aggressive on Duren yesterday, as we should be, and there's people in the chat saying, it's so crazy how people turn in this town. It's so crazy how you could have a 22-year-old promising superstar that turns into one of the worst basketball players I've ever seen in my history of watching playoff basketball. Mm-hmm. That's how fast life changes in the NBA, because that's what happened with your 22-year-old all-star. We shouldn't worry about the regular season at this point. We have to worry about the playoffs. And now, can Trajan project that Jalen Duren is going to be able to produce in the playoffs? And I don't know how you can reasonably project that right now after what we just saw. There are 2 really good bigs on Cleveland, in Mobley and in Allen. But it wasn't just Cleveland. Wendell Carter was taking it to you, game in and game out. So to me, that's worrisome. If it was just the Cleveland series, okay, put it behind you. But it was both of them, and that scares me a little bit.
Absolutely. And I wonder how much of this equation Cade Cunningham is involved in, because we know that Cade Cunningham, JB Bickerstaff, they both love this guy. I mean, the team does up and down, but especially those 2, and we know the type of influence that they have. JB just got his contract extension. Cade is your franchise. And I'm looking to see if in the next year or so, Cade starts to apply pressure to this team and this organization and say, hey, like, we need to do more. That's a different question for another day. But right now, I think that is part of the Duren thing, and that's why I think that Duren is a no-brainer to come back. Because, 1, you don't really let a guy like that go. And 2, if your superstar and your head coach love him, that you both have here for the long haul, you're probably going to bring him back. But I do think that if you get him at under the max, you let him play regular season ball, he looks fantastic, and he adds some type of new layer to his game, some team around the NBA could be convinced that, okay, this is a good player, and you could pretend that becomes a movable contract, in my opinion. It doesn't become movable if it's supermax and if he is not producing the same, or he's more like the playoff Duren that we saw. But I think he'll be able to rehab.
He's not eligible for a supermax, right?
Well, there's like a rookie supermax, which he's eligible for because he got all NBA.
I think. Did he?
I thought he did. It was reported that it was reported that they're assuming.
Has the coach of the year been released yet? Either?
No, not yet. Not yet. Trajan even
He's
said
making
that.
me and Gordon sweat.
I know,
I know.
dude. I've been sweating
I
my
know.
ass off.
This is the longest they've ever held the votes, ever.
Yeah.
Like, they already gave out the MVP. What are you holding Coach of the Year
Are
for?
they- are they-
People got to wait for this Coach of the Year award.
Are they mad because didn't Shams leak was MVP? So
Yes.
now they're
Yeah.
being all like cagey about it.
I guess.
Probably, but back to Durant. The offense wasn't my biggest concern in the playoffs. Him getting another move or learning more offensive sets or something like that is not what was concerning to me about his playoff performance. It was the lack of try.
Yes.
It was the lack of hustle. It was him looking lazy and looking like he didn't want to be out there. That's not something you can teach. You can't teach somebody to want to play hard. You can't teach somebody to want to go out there and take care of business all the time. You have to have that in you innately. And he didn't show me in his first true action, true playoff run that he has the want in the playoffs. And that is what concerns me much more than his lack of offensive bag.
Now, question for you before we.
Because like Jared Allen doesn't have an offensive bag.
Yeah.
But he was dominating out there.
Well, that's where
He's
that's
got
what
a
I wanna
floater.
ask is
He low-key has a floater.
that's what I want to ask is so like Jared Allen. Why I was talking so chesty in this series was because Jared Allen had a bad playoff resume up until this year, where he was very much like he even said it himself. I was soft. I wasn't good. And you saw him be good in 2 straight Game 7s. He was up and down overall, but overall you'd say he was good. Does somebody like that, who's older than Durant, who has less of the physical abilities and skill of Durant, does that give you confidence that this is something that he can overcome because he is so young?
If we're paying him $30 million a year like they're paying
Yes.
Jared Allen, sure, go with it. But if you're giving him more than that, I don't know, man.
I hear you. I don't want to give him
If
more,
you
but-
can't get up to be excited, energetic, and all out for a Game 7,
Yeah.
like what else is it going to take?
Yeah.
That's the thing for me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just hoping that it's young. It's the first time he got game plan for. It's the pressure of wanting that max contract and all of that. I'm hoping that it's all of those factors and that this is something he can overcome. But yeah, I don't think he'll get a max. I think he will get like slightly above Jared Allen money. Jared Allen, I think, started at $28 million. I think Durant will be in the 30 to 32 range. I think that.
So
I
right
don't
now,
think that
Jared
he won't
Allen's
get the 40.
30
Yeah.
AAV. He'll probably get more than Jared Allen. Bam Adebayo's at 32. Should he get more than Bam Adebayo?
No.
Rudy
Bam
Gobert's
Adebayo
at
scored a
36. He shouldn't get more than Rudy Gobert. As much as I hate Rudy
Yeah.
Gobert. Sengun's at
Facts.
37.
Yeah.
He shouldn't get more than Sengun. So
He might get.
he's probably going to get Sengun money. He'll probably get that same contract that Sengun got. 5 years, $185 million.
The
I don't think
37
so.
a year.
Yeah.
I would.
That's what I guarantee that's what his camp's looking for.
Oh, that's what his camp's looking for. But I truly think that at the end of the day, he is a restricted free agent, and teams can probably only offer him. I believe it's up to like what would come down to like 32 or 30 or 34 mil a year. So I think they'll meet somewhere around there rather than the upward part of it, the 37, 38, 40. I think because remember the cap's going up, so he can actually get a better contract than Sengun got, despite having the same qualifications. So the number I heard that's the absolute max that he can get if he does make the All NBA is 40. And I don't think he's getting that. I don't think he's getting close to that. I think he's getting more like 30 to 32. I really do. I don't think that we've seen a restricted free agent sign a big deal in over a decade. Like we haven't seen much activity when it comes to restricted free agents. So I think that Durant will be able to stay at the Pistons at a maybe not team friendly cost, but a manageable cost. Maybe I'm optimistic.
If it's 30 to 32, I'll take that all day
Yes,
long.
me too.
You know, and with a guy that still does have a lot of potential to grow as a 22-year-old all-star, straight up, he does. And he can get a lot better on the defensive end, and the rebounding, it should be a non-negotiable every single game. Like, that can never happen again. What you saw out of this playoffs or in this playoffs from the Detroit Pistons and their center, Jalen Duren, but two of those guys that we kind of brought up, Sengun 37, Chet 47. Those are two of the younger guys that just got that bag. He is going to want. I mean,
no, for sure.
Do you think he takes less than 35?
I don't think he takes less than 35.
I don't think he gets it anywhere else.
I think somebody would offer him. DNC said another team could offer him 4 at 177.
That would be 44 a year.
Yeah. So
4 at 177.
I think a team would offer him. I do. I think one of these teams that wants a star or wants a centerpiece looks at Jalen Duren, as they should, as a fantastic young player in this league, as something that they could build around, and they might offer him that.
Yeah, I know Chicago could create a lot of cap space. They obviously don't have anything going for them, so that could be a team that could throw a bag. The Lakers will have money. Maybe they view him as a great partner for Luka, but I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be closer to that 32 range than he is that 37 and up.
You don't think a team would overpay for him? Right now.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong in that. You do have Brooklyn, I think, who could create a lot of cap space as well. I know Chicago for sure can.
What about like a Memphis with a top 3 pick? Try to reboot it. You got the top 3 pick, Jalen Duren. You go spend big. See if Ja's got anything left in the tank.
I got to see their books because I know they moved. They
traded,
but
Jackson.
they still have Ja though. They still have Ja and KCP. KCP makes $21 million. He makes $21 million. Ja makes $42 million. Santi, who they just extended, 17. Brandon Clark, I don't know, RIP. I don't know how that affects the salary cap, but he's on the books for 12.5. So I don't know how much cap space they have actually.
Hey Nick,
they're
laughing
projected
like
$15 million in cap space.
You're laughing like Duncan Robinson isn't our second highest.
No, I was just saying, what is he making?
Yeah,
what's he making?
They're projected to have $15 million in cap space.
I could see the Lakers offering him 4 at 177.
Yeah,
I really
that
could.
means, but they're probably going to prioritize though re-signing Austin Reeves before that, and they can't do both.
I don't know. I think it would be stupid for them to do that. Like, I don't know. I think the Lakers want a center. They've wanted a center really bad over the past couple of years. They've tried to trade for Duren. They've tried to trade for Mark Williams. They've tried to trade for multiple different guys. They ended up getting Ayton. Obviously, he's butt cheeks, so that didn't work out. I think they would rather have a big to pair with Luka than Austin Reeves.
I mean, I think I would agree if I was in that front office, but I also think that, you know, the pressure that comes with being the starting center of the Los Angeles Lakers, Jalen Duren, after this playoff performance, good fucking luck, buddy. You know, like I don't know.
That's true. That's a good point. But they've proven again and again and again that that doesn't matter. Like, they brought in Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
They brought who Ayton.
Well, like, Dwight was, I mean, he had great, an MVP caliber season at one point.
But you talk about pressure and mental makeup and stuff like that. I don't think that's something they look at all.
Right. I mean, that guy got to a final, so I feel like the league was, I agree with you, but I feel like the league was
much
way
higher on Dwight, for sure.
But yeah, I feel like maybe I'm just being optimist right now, but I do think that he'll be closer to that 32 range rather than that like 37 and up. I really do. But some team could just decide, hey, fuck it, throw him an offer sheet, and that does drastically change things. Would you in that case, would you be exploring sign and trade?
I would, yeah. I think that is, you can't let him just go for free.
Yeah.
But the sign and trade could hamstring you because, like, what if the team's like, no, we're not trading, and then you just signed him and you got him for the $40 million a year.
If it's a team with enough cap space, then they don't have to sign and trade. Sign and trade really only happens when you need the cap mechanics to work. So if a team just outright signs them and you don't want to pay that bill, I think if push comes to shove, I think the Pistons would, despite my theories, I think the Pistons would match whatever Duren gets in the offer.
I think they would too.
And then I think they would just try to move him.
I don't think they would try to move him.
Well, not like right away, but I think that they would just get that contract, hope that he takes that step, and if he doesn't, then they'd try to figure out how to move him. Like, you know, and not right away, but obviously with time.
It's
a tough situation.
It's a tough situation to be in.
Pistons are not in a good situation. Like, they're not in this. They are in a good situation, but it's not an easy situation. Like, people, like, you know, I know Jeff was in here yesterday comparing us to OKC Thunder. We're more like the Milwaukee Bucks, where we got a guy in Giannis. We got a guy in Cade. Like, you got to go get that other guy. You got to get that Drew Holiday, that Chris Middleton. Like, you got to get that piece, because I think what we have here is a lot of good young talent, but none of them are good enough to be your number 2, at least scorer on a championship team. And I think you can bring Duren back at a good price point. Go package some salaries. Go get a guy that is a secondary scorer next to Cade, and then you're running it with those 4. I mean, you're looking at what Orlando's doing. You're looking at what New York is doing, where they're just heavily invested in like a top 5 or 6 like on their books, where they got like 5 or 6 guys on mid to big salaries, and that's what you have to do. Out.
That's what you have to do, unless you have 500 first-round picks, and the Pistons don't.
Yeah. And honestly, you don't really want a deep team, because after this year, you're probably going to have an expansion draft, and you can only protect 8. So I'm kind of in the mindset of F this depth. Like, we got all this depth, and it's cool, but let's package it.
Do we have all this depth, though? That's everybody talks about. I saw people in the chat saying yesterday, the team is so deep. Say goodbye to your depth. Where was the depth in the playoffs? Ron Holland didn't play. Isaiah Stewart barely played. Javonte Green barely played. If the depth was so important, they would have been playing in Game 7. Depth doesn't matter when you get to the playoffs.
Right.
Top, upper echelon talent and shot making matter when you get to the playoffs.
But would you say that is, because I agree with what you're saying, would you say that's an indictment on the bench, or that's because the Pistons don't have that upper end talent next to Cade?
I think it's that the Pistons don't have the upper echelon talent.
Yeah. So then I could still say they're a deep team, even though they didn't.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter that you're a deep team.
No, I agree with what you're saying.
Like, we're not OKC deep.
No. God, no.
You know, we're deep. You know, I don't even know. We're deep like a puddle. We're not deep like the ocean.
That's true.
Like, you can't rely on depth and team mentality when guys aren't even getting minutes in Game 7s. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter how deep you are when you get into the playoffs. It matters who has the better players and who's going to make more shots. I mean, you know, surprise, surprise, who's going to make more shots wins the game. But upper echelon shot making is one of the only things that matters in the playoffs. And you don't have that outside of Cade.
Yeah, a DNC saying if you do match an offer for Duren, you can't trade him for a year. But I mean, that's fine. It's a 4-year contract. You roll the dice that year. You see how it is. You probably wouldn't trade him in that first year. You wouldn't be like, all right, we matched this now. Who wants him? Like, you're not gonna do that. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Trajan has a lot of decisions that he's gonna have to make this offseason that will greatly impact the future of this Detroit Pistons core. But we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to hear more from Trajan about him talking about the trade deadline and why he decided not to make any huge moves. But first, let me tell you about Pure Psychiatry, because we talk about sports every day. Wins, losses, pressure, expectations. But real life, it's not always easy. At Woodward Sports, you're never alone, and neither is your mental health journey. Pure Psychiatry provides personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you, not a cookie-cutter plan. With 16 locations in Michigan and 2 in Ohio, they make getting help accessible and comfortable. If you've been thinking about taking that first step, visit PurePsychMI.com. What about Art and Jake's, Chris?
Let me tell you about Art and Jake's. Look, Art and Jake's, there are regular sports bars, and then there's Art and Jake's. Nobody else comes close on game day. You've seen it for Game 1. Pistons, Cavs, that place was electric. The food was good. The vibes were high. You've seen it for March Madness. It is the spot for game day. Over 80 wall-to-wall TVs, 22 draft beers on tap, and a menu packed with fan favorites. They got exactly what you're looking for. Make sure you scan the QR code next to me on your screen or download the Art and Jake's mobile app today and join the AJ's fan club. And make sure you're following them on the socials, guys. They're killing it on the socials. Add Art and Jake's on the socials. Find a location near you today. Art and Jake's. Check it out.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. Two, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
Loom.com, Loom Cannabis. Listen, their Jenny Kush is elite. I'm a flower guy. I like to roll my own weed. So go to Loom.com and find yourself some of that Jenny Kush. Make sure you use promo code WSN30 to get 30% off your order. Go to Loom.com to find a location near you. It's Loom Cannabis.
And after smoking that Jenny Kush, you're going to have the munchies. And when you got the munchies,
Good combo.
You better go get that Buddies, man. Buddies is celebrating 80 years of the original Detroit-style pizza, and we are grateful to be your hometown favorite. Follow all their social channels and join the rewards program to see what they have planned throughout 2026. And you can add some Detroit style to your next event with Buddies Catering. Their menu is packed with fan favorites, including their award-winning pizza, signature salads, homemade pastas, and more. Save 20% on your next catering order of $200 or more when you order with promo code Woodward. And visit buddiespizza.com/catering to view their complete menu. And yeah, guys, go check them out.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I am Spencer. He is Chris. We got Nick. We got Gordo. We got Skywalker. We're talking Pistons because Trajan Langdon talked with the media today, and he broke down a couple of the burning issues that Pistons fans have had because of their unfortunate Game 7 loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. We just got done talking about the Jalen Duren situation. Now, why don't you play the one about the mid-season trades? Because some people were not happy that Trajan Langdon sat on his hands at the trade deadline, and here's what he had to say about that.
The deadline, a lot of people thought you needed that second scorer to be with Cade. You opted to, in your words, stay on the margins. Do you think the organization might have been, for lack of better terms, seduced by regular season, how good you guys were? Because, as you know, regular season and playoff basketball are completely different things, as we saw this postseason.
I think in the room we evaluate pretty objectively where we're at and where we think we're at and why we think we've been successful. I don't think there was a rock that was not overturned in terms of understanding where we're at and how we can move forward. We looked at different things. Different things weren't available. Some things were way too expensive for at that point, we felt. And we had a pretty good roster. We felt the move that we made helped us. Obviously, that player wasn't available for us in the postseason because of an injury, and I think that might have hurt us a little bit as well. It's not the only reason, but we went on a really good run. We won 7 games, and I think we were right there to win 8. Right, we were a couple minutes away from winning a game that would have had us playing tonight. So, there's a lot of successes. You can't take away from that, and you can nitpick at certain things. But I think there's 60 wins and losing in the second round. I think if any of us would have said that back in September, we would have been pretty satisfied with that.
So there is Trajan talking about Kevin Huerter would have been our savior in the playoffs if he wasn't injured.
You're right.
Potato salad.
I mean, we kind of knew what was coming with that one. He did not want to make the move. He did not want to blow it up or to make the drastic move because obviously he didn't feel like this team was ready to compete for a championship. And, I mean, sure, that's what, like, I see all of this too. I see like, that's coping to me. It is for people to say, oh, this team wasn't ready to compete for a championship. No, they were one win away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Oh, this team wasn't good enough to be the 1 seed. You know, no? Well, they won 60 games, and they were the 1 seed. So obviously they were good enough. And obviously they were good enough to get through an Eastern Conference when you were 1 win away from the Eastern Conference Finals. So I'm not having that from anybody. Anybody that says, oh, this team overachieved or this team wasn't good enough to be the 1 seed or win the championship, that is coping. Absolute cope. Because they were. They did it. They were good enough to be the 1 seed. You know how I know why? They were the 1 seed. So I don't want to hear that shit anymore. That shit pisses me off.
Yeah, I get mad at the fact that this now sounds like Trajan talking out of both sides of his mouth, respectfully. Like when you look at what he has been saying for the last 2 years, it's been, I want to evaluate these guys. I want to see what we have. But you know what? I'm tired of this shtick that we're grateful to be here. We're skipping steps. Like that's one thing he said. He said we're super young. We'll step out. We won't look at ourselves as a 1 seed. We'll look at how do we get better. So what do you see us as, Trajan? What do you see this team as? Because you are making it less and less clear by the day. Because there was nothing from that press conference that told me, and I get it, maybe you don't want to show your cards, but there was nothing from that press conference that told me that I think we need to make that big move. I think we need to go get that guy. In fact, he even had a quote about believing in the core that he had. It's maddening to look at Trajan because he's talking out of both sides. And again, this could all just be GM speak. This all could be, I don't want to show my hand. He seems like he's been pretty, stealth operator when it comes to making moves. But this Piston team, man, what is it? Is it a 1 seed? Is it a 6 seed? Like you mentioned in your scenario, he said if we were a 6 seed and we won a playoff series, we'd be happy. So the fact that we got a 1 seed and we made it 1 game away from the Eastern Conference Finals, we're very happy. What is it, Trajan? What is it? Are you just happy to be here, or do you want to build an actual championship contender? Because he only said that phrase once in this whole entire 30-plus minutes of talking. He only mentioned championship contender once. And that's my issue I have with this presser, is because he did not make it clear that he believes that they need to take a big step and that he will be aggressive to make that move. It's just the same shit. We're looking at everything. We're evaluating everything. We're looking at it from 30,000 feet. How about you look at it from right in front of you? How about you look at it from your, 2,000, less than 2,000 feet from the floor where you sit? Spencer knows, they're best friends.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you have here. I don't understand this. I really don't like that he is talking like this, that he is saying that he didn't want to make a move, because you were there and you could have made moves that could have made a difference, that could have gotten you to a conference finals, that could have even gotten you to a finals. And guess what? Yes, the Spurs look unstoppable. The Thunder look unstoppable. But you get to the finals, anything can happen. Mm-hmm. Detroit, we know this. Everyone counted us out against the Lakers. We were the biggest underdog in basketball. The last one to tie it was the Indiana Pacers of last year.
And guess what they did? They took them to Game 7.
They took them to Game 7. Their best player got hurt, and they had the lead. Like, what are we doing here with this bullshit, man? Like, stop. Stop doing this. Grateful to be here. Stop doing this. We're not going to skip steps. Your team skipped steps. You're at a different place. You are not a 6 seed. Stop pretending like you're happy to be here. Make a move that puts you where you need to be, that puts you in the class you're in. You could have got C.J. McCollum for damn near nothing. You could have got Kobe White for even less than that. Ayo DeSumo for even less than that. Like, you could have made all of these moves, and one of them would have gotten you, if not multiple of those, would have gotten you to the conference finals or maybe even the NBA finals, and then anything can happen. You're Detroit. We live to upset dynasties. We live to disrupt the NBA. That is what Detroit Pistons have done the entirety of their franchise history. It was terrible, man. It was brutal. Now, it could all just be playing coy. It could. So maybe I'll eat my words, and I'd be happy to, Trajan. But right now, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, I'm not liking this shit at all because it sounds like you're talking out both sides of your mouth.
Yeah, I agree. And the people that say those things, that say, oh, they weren't ready for that, or they weren't really the 1 seed, are the same people saying you can't trade any of this core. So make it make sense. Is this core too good to move on from, or are they not good enough to be the 1 seed? Because you can't have both. And the Cavs weren't better than you. You know why the Cavs beat you? Because they traded for James Harden at the trade deadline.
Yes.
That's why they beat you. Because they went out there and they got a guy to put them over the top. So, I mean, I know that maybe this is just the compounding of every single GM in Detroit doing the same thing, but it really pisses me off when I see people say that this team wasn't good enough to be the 1 seed. Yeah, they were, because they were the 1 seed. No, they weren't good. Yeah, they won 60 games. Yeah. Like, they were obviously good enough. So, I don't know, man.
My problem was at the deadline specifically. I mean, he's not going to come back here now and say, I really wish we would have made some of those moves. He's just not going to do that. It puts himself in a bad spot where he's just not going to dig it his own grave. Like Trajan's not going to come out and say, we really should have made these moves. He cannot just say that to himself, like basically saying, I fucked up at my job. Like, he's not going to come out and say that. As much as we want him to, he's not going to do that. So I'm not blaming him specifically for this. I blame him for the deadline. Like 100%, I said it at the time and I stuck with it, was they did not do enough. Kevin effing Huerter, seriously, that's what we're going to do here? The best thing about the Kevin Huerter deal is that we got the 21st pick in the draft, so we can hopefully move it for some of these actual players that can put up 20 points a game, play reliable defense, and help you get to that next level. That was the smartest thing he did, was get that 21st pick in the draft in a pick swap, because now it's valuable this offseason.
Yeah.
Compared to having like the 29th or 30th pick, whatever it may have been. 28th, I think, with the record. But he needs to use that draft pick. You're not drafting a player. Straight up.
Yeah.
You are not drafting a player. You are using that as a tradable asset, and it's time to get some real players in here because Kevin Huerter, he's not cutting it. I'll tell you that. I promise you that, Trajan.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
And I don't like we use this playoff stretch when we were the number 1 seed in the East to gauge our team going forward. I don't like that mentality because I think if you are the number 1 seed, you should do everything you can to make your team better and go win a championship that year because you don't know if that's going to come back. But now there's no excuses. Now you've got to make a move. Whether it is in the offseason, whether it's at the trade deadline, you have to do something to expand your roster, to enhance your roster, and to be a championship-level team. And we have Trajan talking about that, about if he sees the championship-level team out of the Detroit Pistons.
Currently, you saying how young it is. Can they be championship caliber with the core you have right now, or do you need to make a so-called big move? Can you be championship caliber without a major addition?
Man, I wish I was clairvoyant. I think so. Yeah. I mean, look, you're always going to. I think you're always going to iterate your team a little bit every year to get better, right? No team is going to look exactly the same the next year that it did the previous year. Even if it's all 15 guys back, you're going to be different, right? For some reason, whether experience, whether there's an injury, whether somebody else got better and beat somebody else out. And so for us, it's always, if it's adding a person or just getting better internally, we're always going to feel like we get better. And that's the goal, is to be a championship contender. And so that's what we're always thinking. We didn't think it would come this fast, these questions about being a championship contender after year 2. And so we have to factor that in the equation as well. It's like 2 years ago when I took the job, I didn't think, nobody in here thought I'd be getting championship contender questions 2 years later, but here we are. And it's just, again, I've always talked about skipping steps, and it's not we always take that into factor too. We don't want to do that, and I don't think we have. And we'll look forward to what steps to take to continue to get better. And, you know, for our guys, which is the most important thing, is they're thinking about a championship.
Ron Holland.
What was that? Like, what was that? The fact of we're not skipping steps? Yeah, no shit, you're not skipping steps because you didn't make any move at the deadline. And I get what Nick said about, you know, don't like just go, hey guys, I fucked up. But you can still have a level of aggression and say, all he had to do was take that stand and said, you know what? This team proved it to me. This team proved it to me that we are ready to win because we got one of those guys who on a collapsed lung almost carried us and was one of the best players in the playoffs. We have one of those guys already, and we have these young cores that we're excited about. Ausar Thompson, Jalen Duren, yada, yada. All of these guys. We have this depth. We have these rotational pieces that we found, like Dennis Jenkins. Cool. Like, say that. Say that. Right now, that looks like a guy that doesn't care to get any better at all. He even said, if we run the same 15 guys back, it'll be a different season.
That's what Scott Harris
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? Like, there is zero urgency in this presser. Zero urgency from him. How? What more does this team have to prove? What more do you have to evaluate, Trajan?
I got to ask you guys a simple question because sounds like they're going to extend Jalen Duren.
Yes.
And probably give him the max. He also said in that presser that he wants Tobias Harris to be a Detroit Piston again. Dennis Jenkins is still under contract. Obviously, Cade's not going anywhere. Ausar Thompson is another guy that they said they want to re-sign, which they should. I don't have anything wrong with Ausar. Does that core win you a championship? Does the core of starting with the big three, your big three, of Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham, and Ausar Thompson, will that win you a championship?
No. Not unless you go and you get somebody unless you get two high-level starters with that. You need an upgraded Tobias. You need Tobias back as a sixth man, and you need a damn good number two. I think that Cade, Duren, and Ausar can be three pieces on a championship team. But Ausar and Duren cannot be your 2 and 3.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think a big three of Cade, Duren, and Ausar wins you a championship.
I honestly think they have to be your 4 and 5.
I don't think in the modern era of NBA basketball,
put up 10 points a game,
your second and third best players can't shoot. I don't think that
is. I don't think it is about the points.
I don't think it is about. It's 100% about the points.
We couldn't score.
Yeah, you have to score points to win games, and I don't think in the modern NBA you can win a championship with two of your best three players not being able to shoot the ball. And I know that people in the chat aren't going to like that, and people that haven't watched the NBA for 20 years that just tap back in this year and be like, oh, but we did it without shooting. Yeah, well, that's not what the league is now.
Yeah, dude.
Like you look at OKC, every single player on that team can shoot, every single one of them. And I'm not asking you to go 12 deep with shooters, but you need to have more than one other guy that consistently can hit from the outside.
Yes. It was frustrating, man. Like watching this, like you have a bunch of guys. Like, do I believe that every single person on this team, even Terrence LeVert, is capable of being on a championship roster in some capacity? Yes, but the problem is the top end of it. The problem is that Ausar and Duren are your 2 and 3, and Ausar is extremely valuable. He's for sure he's super valuable. To me, he's damn near untouchable unless you get a top 15, top 20 player in return. He's that good. But outside of that, like he also can't be at the same token. He can't be your second best player. He has to be your third or fourth best player. Duren has to be if he doesn't grow. I mean, he's just your starting center. Yeah. I mean, 10 and 8, that's starting center numbers. That's it. That's not all-star numbers. That's not superstar numbers. That's not all NBA numbers. But I think those guys can, be parts of a championship team. But you need next to that, you need a guy like, I know there's a lot of names floated out like Tyler Hero, Kevin Durant, something like that. Like you need high-end talent next to those guys in order to win. Shot making.
You need high-end shot making from another guy in your big three. In my opinion, if you want to win a championship in the NBA, you need to have at the very least two guys who can go out there and get you a bucket no matter what the circumstances, no matter who's guarding them. Yeah. You have to have it. Because if not, it's too easy to isolate that one guy and shut shit down.
Absolutely, man. I mean, we saw it because look at what did Kenny Atkinson say in that Game 7 presser? He said my game plan was simple. Whatever side the floor Asar was on, I threw the ball to the other side. And you know what helps is you had Mitchell on one side, you had Harden on another. That's the difference. Cade was throwing to Karis LeVert and Dennis Jenkins. That's the difference. That's why you're home right now. That's why you're home. You're in Cancun, wherever you're at right now. Is because you don't have that next high-level shot-making ability next to Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren and Asar Thompson. Those three can win, but if you pay them like they're your three biggest players in your three biggest contracts, you won't win a championship. I'm confident in that.
You can't pay Asar Thompson as a defensive specialist like top 15 money when he does get paid. You straight up can't.
No.
He gave you 8 points per game in the playoffs while shooting 14% from three. And I know Asar Thompson is an elite defender. How much did that defense mean in Game 7 when you got blown out by 30 because you couldn't score? It means nothing because your offense looks terrible like it did, especially with Cade being out. So I want to keep Asar, don't get me wrong, but you can't pay him like an elite player when he is not doing one of the things, the most important thing, elite, at all.
I agree with that.
He's shooting 14% from three this playoffs. Like, even Draymond is a 30% career playoff, three-point shooter. He even was able to knock him down, and he needed to in big spots for that team. And I just think Asar Thompson putting up 8 points per game, to me isn't some untouchable. Like, he's going to have to get back in the gym and work on that three once again. Try to get better where you can be wide left open because that's all they do is leave Asar Thompson wide open. Why would they do anything different when he's shooting 14%?
Yeah.
I agree. I just think that as Asar gets more offensive talent around him, he becomes better and better. And I think that goes true for him. So I'm higher on him than you, Nick, I know. But like when it comes to this core, man, like you just simply need better, man. You flat out need better because that is not going to get it done. You're going to be regular season merchants. You're going to be the Atlanta Hawks. You're going to be the Toronto Raptors if this is your big three and you don't supplement it the right way going forward.
Yeah, Weezy, Luka Ball is the complete opposite of what we're asking for.
Yeah.
You're asking for a Robin to go with Cade. You're not asking for Luka Ball. Luka Ball would be keep this talent and grab 2 more Duncan Robinsons. No, you need another guy that can create his own shot on his own at any time.
Yep.
And they're not easy to find, but that's what you have to do.
The Purple Puma with the super chat saying, Kawhi or Kyrie, who would you go to get help for Cade? That's an interesting comment.
Kawhi, I would.
Yeah, I'll go Kawhi.
It's tough
I
because
love
they're
Kyrie
both.
too.
Yeah,
But they're also both
I take both.
injury prone and older.
Yep.
And little questionable fits at times just with other locker rooms that they've been in.
Yeah.
Little oddballs.
Yeah, I mean, look, if all you got to do is illegally pay Kawhi, get him on this team. Like if that's all you got to do. Like that's far less of a problem than
I'm sure
Kyrie
Tom
can be.
Gores has no issue doing that.
Oh yeah, no, he's got fake trees everywhere.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
that's facts. Tom Gores could find a way to pay Kawhi.
Dude, he's the third richest. Oh yeah.
But man, I don't know. I don't really I didn't expect much from Trajan in the press conference because he did kind of already tell us all this. He already told us this at the trade deadline, which is what was so upsetting about it. It's like Nick said, it kind of felt like he was punting the season when you were the number 1 seed in the East, which is you might never get that again.
If I want to be optimistic, I can say that okay, the Asar and Duren, they got clearly their flaws were put front and center on display when it comes to the playoffs. Maybe they are able to get these guys obviously not team friendly because they are still young players and young players are interesting in the league, but I think they can get them on manageable contracts and then maybe you can supplement the right pieces around them roster wise. And maybe I think that's what Trajan kind of was wanting / looking for is okay, can these guys be the 2 and 3? And I think the fact that their flaws got so outright exposed and it was so clear in the playoffs, I think that maybe could end up benefiting the Pistons cap wise. Gordo, what do you think?
Duran, say what you will, but Asar Thompson, I feel the same way about Asar as I do J-Mo on the Lions. He's somebody that there aren't a lot of guys like that in the league. He does something that is, so special, and we saw Kenny Atkinson talk about it. Anytime that, they had a guy that was guarded by Asar Thompson, they'd pass off because he's locking shit down.
Yeah.
So Asar Thompson has to be part of the future plans, but Jalen Duran, it sounds like he's going to be as well.
John Martin says Duran and Holland plus firsts for Giannis.
Yeah.
I think Giannis is going to OKC.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
I mean,
so does that mean Jalen Williams
go up against
moved?
Victor?
Yeah.
Shit.
I think when they lose, which they're going to lose to the Spurs, I think it's Jalen Williams and 5 first-round picks for Giannis. And they can do it because they have 40 first-round picks.
Yeah, they absolutely can do it. And I think it's funny because a year ago we were all like hoping that Ivy was the trade package, but it might now be. Duran might be the guy that gets you the guy.
Duran's the only.
He might be the guy that gets you the guy.
But you're holding on to Asar.
Yeah.
Duran's the only guy that gives you actual value in a trade on your team outside of Caden Asar.
Yeah.
Ron
100%.
Holland, I love Ron. No value there.
Yeah, not yet. He didn't even play in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. We got some Lions to talk today. Nick Wright came out here and called Jared Goff civilian, and why I don't think you should be too upset about that. But first,
do we want to do Gold Crown and then come back to Water Hazard and Supreme Lending?
Yeah, let's do that. Tell us about Gold Crown.
Let me tell you about Gold Crown.
The guy who smokes all the weed, Chris.
The Royal Jesters.
I'm high right now.
I'm high right now. Gold Crown, man. Stop everything for a second because Gold Crown just went completely overboard in the best way possible. They dropped the Royal Jesters. These are not your average pre-roll. We're talking 1.5 grams each, and they are quad infused, keep coated, live resin infused, THC, diamonds, and terpenes, all packed into one. That's 4 layers of you're good after this. These aren't your hit it twice and pass around pre-rolls. These are why am I analyzing the game like a coach right now pre-rolls. Michigan made, top tier, no shortcuts. Next time you hit the dispensary, don't think, just ask for the Royal Jesters because if you're going to smoke like royalty.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
We are excited to add water hazard to the bullpen from our friends at Founders Brewing. You've probably seen that bright blue drink. Yeah, that's water hazard. Best served over ice with a slice of lemon, preferably. It's a vodka-based cocktail at 5% ABV. That's citrusy, refreshing, and gluten-free. It's also the very first canned vodka cocktail from Founders, and it's perfect between innings or even between rounds. So next time you're out, get the drink with water hazard. Please drink responsibly. We love it here at Woodward Sports, and you guys are going to love it too. Make sure to check out Water Hazard next time you're out and about.
And let me tell you guys, a about Supreme Lending? Listen, guys, Chad, Chris, if you need an expert with your, one of the biggest decisions that you could possibly make, getting a loan for a home, that's big league stuff, and you need some big league guys. Chad and Chris from Supreme Lending will get you right. As a full-service lender, they boast a 99% close-on-time rate and a 97% customer satisfaction score. But here's the game changer. When you apply for an eligible loan, mention Woodward Sports, and you will receive up to $500 off your appraisal. To score this deal, call the numbers on your screen and talk to Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button. I am Spencer. He is Chris. We got Nick. We got Gordo. We got Skywalker. We're chilling. We're talking Pistons. Obviously, Trajan Langdon went before the media today to give his end of season kind of press conference, and I think we got all we could out of that one. It was very similar to many other GMs in this town with their press conferences about, we're building, we're getting better, we need to see these guys get better, we have the core, we have the roster,
sustained
success. Sustained success, can't go all in, blah, 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 blah. But liberal bullshit. We do have some news in the NFL front, and that was known hot take artist Nick Wright, who
speaking of liberal bullshit.
Define artist.
If you guys don't know who Nick Wright is, good for you. Like, don't look it up. The guy sucks. He made a comment today. They were talking about Caleb Williams and Jared Goff and comparing the two guys, and him and Chris Broussard on their show on Fox. I don't know what their show is.
FS1.
FS1.
First things first, I believe.
First things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. But they were breaking down who's better, Caleb Williams or Jared Goff. And Chris Broussard used a Volvo to Porsche comparison. And for Jared Goff being the Volvo and Caleb Williams being the Porsche. And Nick Wright said that Jared Goff is civilian, while Caleb Williams is potential to be superhuman. And obviously Lions fans, Booner, Stick, all the slappies out there really got upset about this one because he's first in the league in the past 3 years in passing yards and touchdowns, and he's just that guy. And yeah, he is. And he has been fantastic for the Detroit Lions. But when it comes to this context, Nick Wright's not wrong. You look at what Jared Goff is as a quarterback, he is civilian. Now he's like neighborhood watch civilian. Like he's the
outstanding in the community.
Outstanding community civilian, but he's not going to be the Superman for you. He's not going to be the guy that runs out of the pocket and throws the ball 60 yards down the field on a dot. He is going to drive the machine. He is going to execute the plays. And there is nothing wrong with that. It is not a slight to call him civilian in this context, because would you say Jared Goff is in the same level of talent as a Josh Allen, a Patrick Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson? All of those guys you consider to be superhuman when it comes to the quarterback position. No, you wouldn't. And that's fine, because you know what? A civilian just won the Super Bowl. We just saw Sam Darnold go out there and win a Super Bowl. And I don't think anybody's lining up to call Sammy Darnold a superhuman.
Elite.
You look at this context and why people are just so fragile in this town about Jared Goff. It's fine to call him what he is. He is a game manager. He is going to go out there and deliver the ball at the right time and get it in the hands of his playmakers. And when you talk about the top players on this team, you talk about Penei Sewell, you talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown, you talk about Jahmyr Gibbs, you talk about Jamison Williams. It takes you a while to get, and I don't want to be mean in saying this, but it takes you a while to get down to Jared Goff, because what he does better than anybody else is drive the speed limit, is safely execute the plays. And when he doesn't do that, you see the entire thing combust. Because he doesn't have the innate arm talent or escapability to make the superhuman plays. And I don't think this is some hot take. I don't think this is some crazy take that Jared Goff is a civilian quarterback. Like I said, he is the upper echelon of civilian. He runs the HOA. He's a Freemason, but he is not the guy you expect to be Superman, nor should you expect him to be Superman. We've known what Jared Goff is for a long time in his career, and it's fine to just call him that. And I don't know why people get so worked up over it.
Yeah, I don't get it either because a civilian can be Batman. But no,
hey, they could have at least called him a Toyota. I mean, come on, man.
Toyota
Volvo,
an 09 XRS Toyota stick shift.
All right.
I just, you know what? I gotta say it. Congratulations to Nick Wright. 10 years in, you finally found a good take. You finally got one.
Been fishing for a while.
You finally got one. Yeah, you've been fishing. Ben Simmons is a better fisher than you, Nick, right? But I think that everything you said is factual, Spencer. Like, look, I get it. I joke about Jared Goff sometimes. I joke about the turnovers. I have some fun with it. Sure, why not? But at the same time, he's a damn good quarterback. He's a top 12 quarterback in this NFL pretty safely because he does enough things right, and that's what you need. You need that. You need a quarterback that can make those type of plays if you build the right infrastructure around him, because Spencer nailed it. The Seattle Seahawks just won a championship. And Sam Darnold, you can argue a Sam Darnold Goff comparison, but I don't really think that you can land one side or the other definitively because they're both in the same range of quarterbacks. So I think that when you look at Jared Goff, it's fine to be what he is. It's fine to be what he is because what he is good enough if everything else is right. And this year, you didn't have everything right. Yeah. And that was the issue. Like, I didn't put this year entirely on Goff. I'm not like, damn it, Jared Goff. You know, there were some times where he frustrated me for sure, but I'm not putting this entire season on Jared Goff because I know what Jared Goff is. I kept screaming about the offensive and defensive lines. Remember, that's all we were pretty much talking about here. We weren't really talking about Jared Goff because we know what Jared Goff is. And it's good, and it's good enough. But you just need the pieces around him, and that's what it is, man. I don't understand why you get so frustrated and bent out of shape when you say he's not Josh Allen, when you say he's not, Patrick Mahomes. Like, when you look at all these great quarterbacks, it's okay that Jared Goff is below that because you know what? He's good enough to get it done, and you saw it this last year. You saw it just a couple months ago, so now you have a blueprint. Go follow that blueprint and make it work.
And sorry, real quick.
You guys funny.
You know how I know that even in the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid chugging minds of a Booner or a Stick, that they deep down know that what Nick Wright said is true, is because whenever you see Josh Allen lose in the playoffs, or whenever you see Lamar Jackson lose in the playoffs, what do they say? They say, oh, it was his fault. It was Josh Allen's fault. It was Lamar Jackson's fault. Not saying that, Josh Allen's best wide receiver was Keon Coleman. Or Lamar Jackson's best wide receiver since he's been in Baltimore has been Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers, yep.
But when Goff fails in the playoffs, they go out there and they blame the offensive line. Or they blame the drops, or they blame a different part of the offense because he needs everything perfect around him to achieve greatness.
Yeah.
And that sounds pretty civilian to me.
Yeah. Civilians are extraordinary people, man. Like, they are.
To that point, we talked about, like, everything that you need around him, and then you talk about him getting sacked the most of his whole entire career last year. What'd you do? You missed the playoffs.
Yep.
Like, you need this offensive line, and once you get the offensive line figured out, I don't even care as much about the other guys. Luckily, we have a great supporting cast of weapons that Brad Holmes has built up, and, maybe to, a little his fault, getting a little cocky last year, going Tesla in the third round with 3 third-rounders instead of beefing up that O-line. But here we are. We have all the elite weapons. As long as this offensive line can be figured out and be an upper echelon, top 10 unit, you're going to get the Jared Goff that looks like, a prime civilian, never missed a, mortgage payment of his life, gold stars all around, you're going to get that.
Great credit score.
You're going to get that Jared Goff. But if you don't have.
Son of a bomb you trust.
If you don't have the infrastructure, and you got. If you do have everything around him, you're going to get a great quarterback. But we saw last year at times when you went up against the elite talent and your offensive line didn't show up, Jared Goff's not going to just win you games and put the team on his back.
Yeah.
And that was clear as day last year, more than any year in Detroit. I mean, maybe the first one when you won 3 games.
Yeah.
You need an elite offensive line.
And
so
okay, maybe superhuman or superhero to civilian it pisses some of you off because that you feel like that's disrespectful. Can we call him a Power Ranger then? Because one Power Ranger, are you scared of one Power Ranger?
Or two.
No. But when you have all of them, you get the Megazord, and then everybody's like, "Oh shit, they can do anything." Goff needs the rest of his Power Rangers to really take care of business, and that's fine. It's what he is, and he's ours. He's our civilian. He's our Red Ranger. He's our guy that is going to lead the troops. He's our guy that is going to deliver the ball on time and on target when his offensive line holds up and his wide receiver doesn't slip. But if you're looking for the superhuman play, if you're looking for it's 4th down inside the red zone and we're looking to go up 2 scores and you go to throw the pass but Amon-Ra St. Brown falls down, he's not going to make the superhuman play to adjust off of that. He's not going to make the superhuman play to run out of the pocket and launch a ball 60 yards down the field. That's just not who he is.
Yeah, all we need to do is give him trauma and he'll be Batman. All we need to do.
If you put any of those other quarterbacks on this team, we're probably projected 13 wins minimum. And they would probably be, honestly, go down the list. You want to talk about, potential MVPs, like all of them would be, boosted up than where they are currently. Like that's all the only thing I'm looking at. Like if you had this amount of talent around a Lamar Jackson, around a Josh Allen, around Caleb Williams, for that matter.
People were blaming Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson for Jared Goff having 4 turnovers in a playoff game. Fuck. He shouldn't have called all those plays that resulted in turnovers. Like, what are we doing? It's okay to say he doesn't have the same arm talent or escapability as these guys because he doesn't. But he still can get it done in certain situations. Again, Ben Johnson said it. He can make most of the throws that we give him. There are different levels of talent in the NFL. And Jared Goff does some things much better than other quarterbacks. But it's not the arm strength, escapability, or those superhuman type plays that you see. And when it comes down to the playoffs, when it gets to the crunch where you're playing the best defenses in the league, the best coordinators calling the best plays, you need a guy that can make something out of nothing. You need a guy that can make a play out of complete bullshit. Do you believe Jared Goff is the guy to do that?
No, man, no. Like we've seen it. He's had opportunities. His offensive line has failed him. He's had opportunities to show us he can do that, and he hasn't.
I have the MVP list up here.
Oh.
Where do you think Jared Goff is?
Not on it.
Yeah, either not on it or like eighth at best.
He's behind Sam Darnold.
Thanks.
He's behind Jalen Hurts.
Both of those guys, I would consider civilian. I've talked about this all the time. I put Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts at the same level of quarterback. Do they do different things better than? Yes, for sure. But neither of them is going to carry a team.
Yep.
He's behind Brock Purdy. He is behind Trevor Lawrence, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, Mahomes, Burrow, May, Lamar, Josh Allen, and he is just in front of Jackson effing Dart. That's where your quarterback, your king is right now. If you can't, kind of just put it into context of what he is. He is great when the offensive line's there and he can feed his receivers early and get them, the ball in positions to put them in success. And Jared Goff right now, he's 17th in MVP odds. Yeah. Take that.
And it's all right. Like, I know everybody in the chat, I know he's your God, and I know you worship him, and you can't say anything wrong about him. And he's perfect in every little way. He's not. He's not. And that's okay. Like, you got to accept that at some point.
You have to because and look, Brad Holmes does. Like, Brad Holmes in this front office that's making the decisions for the Lions, they do, because look at how they're building this team. Yes, Goff is your quarterback, but they are making sure he's stacked with weapons. He's stacked with a good line. We're going to try to finally get this defense to where it needs to be all these years later. I get it. I see people in the chat here saying it's not Goff's fault, it's the defense's fault. I'm not saying the defense is great, but look, we just have the offensive tape on Jared Goff to know that this is what he is, man, and it's okay. It's okay because, honestly, you look at the top, you look at Josh Allen, you look at Lamar Jackson, you look at Joe Burrow, you look at these guys that you consider, no-brainer top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Those guys don't have championships. So it shows that even with an elite quarterback, you're still not promised anything. You still have to build a team around them. You have to make your team fit your quarterback, and I think the Lions are trying to do that. Mm-hmm. I thank God the Lions are running, or Brad Holmes is running the Lions and not you guys, because the way you guys look at Jared Goff is absolutely fucking nuts.
And Jared Goff, in his playoff career, 9 games, 9 starts, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I mean,
not elite.
Not elite. It's not. It's not. Is that superhuman? Is that superhuman to you guys? Because 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in 9 games sounds pretty civilian. But I mean, if you guys want to see him for something he's not, whatever. It's just, it's not a slight to call somebody for. You want to call me fat? Oh fuck! No, you're wrong. I'm skinny and handsome. Like, it's delusion, people. It's delusion. Would I rather have Josh Allen than Jared Goff? Fuck yeah, I would. Would I rather have the Lions roster than the Bills? Fuck yeah, I would. Like, I don't understand why this is such a tough concept for people to grasp.
I don't either, man. I think it's just because they're grateful for Goff. And we all are in this room. We have our jokes. We point out astutely his flaws. But at the end of the day, we all understand what this is. And we're grateful that he gave us a playoff win. Like, that was so fun to watch those playoff wins together. Like, that was a great time. That's something I will remember for a very long time. Hopefully not that long, because hopefully I got some Super Bowls and stuff to remember. But I remember those moments, and I saw what it did for the city. I'm grateful for what Jared Goff has done already, but that also doesn't mean he gets a pass to just be Dick Road the entire time. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, hopefully you hold on to the memory, because it was a while ago now that we went through the 2 playoff wins, which we will always celebrate and cherish forever, because we're not allowed to have expectations that we want more, or else you'll get yelled at and called not a real fan for wanting more. But you know what? It is what it is. But I think everybody with eyes can see that Jared Goff isn't an elite game changer, but when he has time, he can make the throws, and that's all we are asking him to do. Will he have the time? There are still some question marks, as we'll point out throughout the whole entire offseason, or I will specifically. But can this offensive line show up for Jared Goff? That's my biggest thing. Saint will. J-Mo will. Laporta will. Gibbs will. Yeah. Will this offensive line show up for Jared Goff? If they do, you're talking about a team that could potentially go to the Super Bowl. If they don't, you're looking at a team that might miss the playoffs again.
And King's Gambit 81 says, Spenny, dog, this show's problem is that if anyone tries to stick up for Goff, excuse me, it's choked me up because it's so ridiculous. No, I'm just kidding. Even a little bit, you take it to the extreme. everybody has to be a slappy if they show their quarterback some love. What's more extreme? Putting Jared Goff in the same class as Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, or putting Jared Goff in the same class as Sam Darnold and Jalen Hurts? Because you know what the difference is? Fine, put him in the class as Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. You know the only thing he's got in common with those guys? Not winning a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold, Jalen Hurts, both civilian quarterbacks, both Super Bowl champions. Civilian's not an insult. So anytime anybody gets up in arms about, he is a superhero, he's not. And it's okay. He doesn't have to be. He's just got to drive the car down the road.
Yeah. That's it, man. It's really that simple. And, you know, I feel good about the Lions this season because of their schedule, because I think they address the needs that they have, and I think that football is one of those sports where, man, you get to the dance, anything can happen. You know, so I think that the Lions are in a good position with Jared Goff. I really do. At the end of the day, I would like better, sure, but like you said, I'd much rather have this Detroit Lions situation than the Bills situation.
Yeah,
I honestly would. I feel bad for Josh Allen.
Tigers and Lions fan forever says Spenny is smarter than every GM in the NFL, and Brad and MCDC. I get it. Me. I don't like to speak for other people, but I guarantee on your mother's life that if you did a random nameless poll of every single GM in the NFL, not a single one of them would take Jared Goff over Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. So does that make me smarter than them, or does that make me watch football? It's that simple. Again, it's nothing bad to say that he's not a superhero. You don't want him to be a superhero. You know what happens when the Lions ask for Jared Goff to be a superhero? They normally lose.
Yep.
Go look at their record when he has to throw over 40 passes. It's not good. So you don't want him to be a superhero. He's got the pieces around him. He's got the superheroes around him. Just be a civilian. Just drive the ship. Asking someone to be something they're not is why you lose. Flat out.
Flat out.
And I get it. He's your guy. He's my guy. He's our quarterback. But I care about the Lions more than I care about a single player on the Lions. And for people to, I don't know, just get so upset over calling him what he is, whatever, man. I sorry. Do you think Goff is a superhero? If you're arguing with me in the chat, do you think Jared Goff is a superhero?
Is Aquaman a superhero?
Barely. He's just a fish. All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. Apparently, Jared Goff's the greatest quarterback in the NFL, and I mean, surely he would have gotten MVP votes at some point in his time in Detroit if he was the greatest quarterback in the league.
5 Pro Bowls, never made All-Pro.
Never made All-Pro. Oh, wait, Nick. No, that can't be true. He's a superhero. He's telling me he's never made an All-Pro team?
No, but he was the 2017 PFWA MIP. Most improved player.
What the is that?
Yeah, I was about to say. That sounded like something I could get charged with.
What the hell even is that?
I think we both got an MIP in 2017. Just kidding. All right, here we go. What do we got?
Yeah, well, where are we at here?
Thrive.
Yeah, do we want to double up?
Yeah.
All right, but let's start with Thrive.
Tell us about Thrive, Nick.
I didn't get an MIP, just kidding. Most people think energy comes in a 16-ounce can full of sugar and neon-colored liquid, but you know better. It's time to upgrade your game with Thrive energy pouches. This isn't your daddy's dip. It's a tobacco-free, nicotine-free mental powerhouse packing 300 milligrams of clean, smart caffeine. No jitters, no sugar crash, and zero bloating. Thrive can be found online at dipstop.com. Remember to use promo code WSN for 15% off your entire order. And exclusively at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. Thrive, clean energy, zero distractions, they just effing work.
Hi. I'm high right now. Jars Jungle Juice. They have the 2-gram XL dialed in. Make sure you follow them at Get Jungle Juice, and make sure you follow them on Instagram. That is their handle, at Jungle Juice. Guys, they've been our sponsor for a long time simply because they work, man. Jars is one of the best. Make sure you go support Jars Jungle Juice, 2-gram XL Dial in with Jars Jungle Juice. Check it out.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. 1's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Black Rock Bar and Grill. Make sure you are heading there because they have daily specials during happy hour. They have all sorts of specials going all the time, and trust me, guys, I put my money where my mouth is. I've taken my date there several times. We like it. We've been there at the Heavies. I was fortunate to be eating table scraps, wasn't I?
That's true.
I was grateful for
lucky.
those table scraps. That's how good Black Rock is, guys. Seriously, they got a great menu. Make sure you're going there. Whether it's a date night like I did with the lady or you're going with the fellas, either way, it's a good time. Black Rock, check it out.
Check it out.
And let me tell you, after some Black Rock, you know, that'd be a nice combo. Hitting up the massage chair house and getting yourself in one of those relaxation chairs. If you want to take your relaxation to the next level, visit Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. It's the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest. Top tier brands like Infinity, Osaki. This is your destination for premium comfort and cutting edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doc and creator of the #1 YouTube channel of the massage chair reviews at the wellness doc. Make sure you book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Chair House, your ultimate ticket to relaxation and recovery.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We just got done debating whether Jared Goff is a superhuman or not. Again, if you want to call Jared Goff a superhuman, go ahead. He's like Moon and Rider if he's a superhuman. If you know, you know. But yeah, he's like Jared Goff's a superhuman as much as Black Widow belongs in the Avengers. But
damn.
No,
nah, she belong.
She belong in them cheeks. But we had some more about the Lions because there was some audio that came out of the Ravens war room, and they had a trade in place with the Detroit Lions, but it was pulled off the table after a certain pick was made. So play that audio for us, Gordon.
Who's also a great player at Ohio State. Marion Bonboy takes us down to
now it's
Washington
going to
Commander, the
Banks
Saints,
still there.
and now Browns. And then the Giants again will select next. You're watching the 91st NFL Draft.
Dallas trades, and Dallas took downs.
On the offensive line, it's a new era for the New York Giants, and they are building it.
14, 17. Next year's threat. A 4 to next year's threat. Yeah. Oh yeah, Proctor just went. All right. Proctor, Caden Proctor. All right, we are on deck. Rams took Ty Simpson. We are on the clock.
They did.
Yes. Would you do your original offer, 14 for 17, 118, and next year's 3? We're getting close because we're in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta probably about 2 minutes. So a minute and a half. Call the play.
You're out. All right. Thanks, Buck.
Thank you.
There you have it. The Detroit Lions had a trade on the table to move up to the Ravens spot. But after Caden Proctor and Ty Simpson went, they pulled the trade off the table. So they wanted Ty Simpson
They wanted a
to
quarterback.
replace
The
Jared
civilian.
Goff because they knew they needed a real quarter. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. They needed a superhero.
Some people are out there saying that it's because they wanted to move up to get Blake Miller still. Is they wanted Blake Miller that bad, is they were going to move up to get Blake Miller there. But I think it's because they wanted Caden Proctor.
Yeah.
And it makes all the sense in the world. I've already broken down, or I did break down, why it makes so much sense that Brad was in love with Caden Proctor for all of his abilities, for his lineage, for his youth, for his experience, for his versatility, and all of those different things. And then you have Ty Simpson go after Caden Proctor, and that people are saying it made them feel comfortable that Blake Miller would drop to them at 17. I don't think you trade up for Blake Miller. I don't think that's the guy you would move up for. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell wanted Caden Proctor. And we broke down the tape of Brad and Dan reacting to the Blake Miller pick, and it wasn't the same kind of gusto that they normally have when they take their guy or when they get their guy. And I wholeheartedly believe that their guy was Caden Proctor, and I don't blame him for it. Because like I said, Caden Proctor working out at guard right now for the Miami Dolphins. And if you add him and Penei Sewell on that left side of the offensive line, man, that would have been problems.
That would have been electric. And you son of a bitch, because you talked me into it. Like
Yeah.
I really did get excited for that. I thought that was a real possibility, and it sounds like it was because, yeah, at that point you would have if you wanted to guarantee Blake Miller. Brad Holmes has shown he will trade up in the first. He will go make that move no matter what round it is to go get his guy. So this whole he wanted to trade up for Blake Miller crap, that's not what it was, because otherwise he would have still done the trade. He would have still went and got his guy. So I think that it was Proctor. I think you're right. There was reporting of how much we liked Proctor. So I think Proctor was the guy that they wanted. And do you think that if they had that much faith in Proctor, do you think that they were just they believed in him as a tackle or a guard?
Guard. I think he would have been a guard.
They just loved him that much.
I think okay. I just think the idea of having the left side of that offensive line just completely locked down, the way Brad Holmes, whether I like it or not, talked about Larry Borum as being a starting tackle in this league. I think they were 100% sold on Caden Proctor being their left guard, and I would have been fine with it.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, you could have traded a future third and a fourth rounder to pair Bain with Hutch. That's what my mind goes to.
That's also true, yeah.
That is cheap. That is a cheap trade-up option.
Yeah.
That I would have done in a effing heartbeat. That is immediately what my my brain went to. Because that was at 14, right?
Yeah.
That was 14,
yes.
the pick before the Buccaneers took Bain. We'll see, obviously, but that is where my brain goes. And then that's, to me, you would get creative in the second round. I was just looking at the draft. There weren't really too many defensive or developmental offensive tackles in the second that I saw, at least. Or you kind of had to get into the third to see some of those. But if they did trust Borum, like we talked about, is that where you go guard then? Potential left guard in the second round? If this is how you wanted to shake it up. And I just think that is such a light trade up, for what it is. It'll be a late third rounder.
And that's and a third round the next year.
Yeah, so it was a fourth It was a fourth this year.
Yeah.
It was a fourth this year, third rounder next year.
Yeah.
And I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would have too.
I wouldn't even have flinched. And I would have walked out of there like I was, stealing from a bank. Straight up. Like that would have been like some thief stuff. And Brad Holmes, I would have celebrated on draft night. Obviously I crashed out a little bit. But
a little bit.
Hopefully Blake Miller's great, and it looks like he's a genius because he didn't do this trade. But I do think it was Proctor. And it doesn't make me feel much better about getting Blake Miller and just standing pat.
And
I'll say that.
Burn with the super chat says, so T-Rex Bain was never on their board. That's, yeah, I mean.
They actually don't love drafting defensive ends in the first, besides Hutch.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. Man.
I think Derek Moore is going to be okay. Don't get me wrong. I think he has potential to be a pretty good defensive end, but I just think that Bain and Hutch would have been elite. And I'll go back to that. And if you were giving up a third-round pick for a potential elite pairing, I think you do that, a million times out of a million, to be honest. To look at the Houston Texans. You look at Will Anderson, you look at Danielle Hunter.
Yeah.
It's game-changing. Straight up.
And Blow Me 6969 with a super chat in there. He says, next year you got to get in the QB. You got to get a QB in the first. It's a deep class. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Listen, I just said Jared Goff wasn't superhuman and got called an idiot. But no, you're not drafting a quarterback in the first.
Can you imagine?
They're not going to.
Yeah.
I think Brad Holmes, he got twice in this draft. I think in the third round with Jimmy Rolder, or just third or fourth round. You had Jacob Rodriguez go like 2 picks before, or just a few picks before Rolder. Rodriguez was one of the most badass linebackers that I saw. Yeah, where were we at here? Literally the pick. Okay, it was. Oh, right on. All right, ignore me. I'm talking out of my ass.
Shout out. Yeah, I mean, it makes, like I said, it just made too much sense that they were in love with Caden Proctor. And the reports came out that they were, and I 100% believe them.
Yeah.
But, what are you going to do? All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll do mailbag. So get your mailbag questions in there. But first, let me tell you about Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com and find a store near you carrying the best product in the game, whether it's the high-low pre-rolls, the Boom Shock Lock Tarantulas, the TACA Blizzard Pack Infused Moonrocks, or any of their top-shelf strains. Go to getmadpacks.com and find it near you today. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
Breakout season loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
Summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Burn with the super chat in there. He says, I don't care if Bane is a Hall of Famer with 10 All-Pro seasons and a Super Bowl. I couldn't live knowing he did it with short arms and a Lions jersey. That's fair. I mean, there's some hills you got to die on. But what up, though, everybody? Make sure you smash that like button. We are back. It's the Woodward Heavyweights mailbag. So get your mailbag questions in there. Man. We got a stick burner in the chat. We got a lot of different things. There's literally a stick. Like, we were calling Crazy Clown a stick burner jokingly. I'm almost 100% sure that Silent 1759 is actually stick.
It's got to be.
I mean, nobody goes for bat for that guy so hard.
Yeah.
But mailbag, get your mailbag questions in there. What's the biggest thing you need to see from Duran to make like the improvement, the jump? Because it can't just be a jump shot, right? It's got to be something fundamentally that he needs to do better in what he's supposed to be doing.
I don't know if you can really do anything. I don't know if you can really see, like, I mean, obviously there's things he can improve, but I don't really know if you could say something, because when it came down to the playoffs, it was the effort, it was the intensity, it was not being scared of the moment. Because if he's just not even during okay, so say he can't get his lobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he can still dominate the glass and play good defense and all of that, then the Pistons are fine. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Like,
that's all he has to do.
Honestly,
tighten it up a little bit.
like, I would love for him to be this all-NBA center every single year. You know, like, it's him, Jokic and Embiid just holding down or him, Jokic and Wemby or whatever, hold down the all-NBAs for the next several years. I would love if that's the case. But even if that's not, I'm okay with him just being a souped-up Jared Allen.
Yeah.
Because he can be.
He can be.
And that's all you needed this year.
Mailbag from Freddie Felt. What's your favorite Faygo flavor? His is Red Pop by a mile.
Rock and Rye.
Rock and Rye sucks, dude.
What?
Rock and Rye
I like
sucks.
Rock and Rye. I like
Rock and
orange.
Rye
I like
sucks.
grape.
I'd go Moon Mist or Red Pop probably.
Moon Mist?
Moon Mist. Red Pop.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
What even is Rock and Rye? It's just
like a Dr. Pepper.
That is
kinda.
not Dr. Pepper. It's more root beer than Dr. Pepper.
No, do not compare my sweet
Gordo.
Rock and Rye to fucking root beer. Root beer's got to be like, other
Root
than
beer
cream
sucks.
soda,
Honestly,
root beer is by far the worst soda.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we've
pop.
already established.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Pop.
for
It's
sure.
definitely pop.
I
You
don't-
can't work
root-
at Woodward Sports called
Yeah.
soda.
Root beer from like
Soda pop.
I don't know, like a good bottled root beer with some vanilla ice cream still rips.
No.
Okay, root beer floats a little
Root
different.
beer's way too sweet. Way too
Yeah.
sweet. Mailbag
Coke
from
float?
Vincent. He says, does Keith Abney make the 53-man roster? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He might have a shot at starting. Like, he probably won't, but he's going to be your backup nickel to start the season.
Spencer, I got one for you. What
all
was
right.
the best part of your trip? That you could tell.
Oh.
That you could tell.
Oh, man. Shout out Vixens. If you know, you know.
Shout out.
The best part of my trip, I'll tell you, was not losing my Cade Cunningham jersey and one of my favorite hats.
Nice.
That was tough.
That's a win.
I think it was just being with the boys. Like, you know, I don't get to hang out with my boys too much anymore just because, you know, we're all adults now and working a lot. And we literally just fucking drank and went to the beach every day. And we had the pool in the backyard, and we were just chilling. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Did a lot of mushrooms.
Hell yeah.
That was really fun. Mailbag, can the Tigers salvage the season, or do you trade Tarek Skubal?
It's fucked.
I am not writing off the season yet, but you better wake up against the Cleveland goddamn Guardians starting right now, in this moment. You've lost 10 of your last 12 games. In 10 of those 12 games, you haven't scored more than 3 runs. You're 25th in runs per game. I honestly think the pitching is done pretty good, considering all of the injuries. You can't hit now? Like Gleyber Torres and Javier Baez, like, they didn't mean that much to this team. Like, the guys that are in right now, you need better situational hitting. I am not writing off the season yet. It's baseball. But the players that you're playing right now need to wake the fuck up ASAP. Straight up. But no, I'm not writing off the season right now in May.
I don't know. I've never seen the baseball team implode quite this bad. And I'm not going to lie, Scott did not do nearly enough in the offseason to, ensure that this team would actually make a decent run. And it pisses me off to no end. You get Framber Valdez, okay, great. But you realize he's a ground ball pitcher, and we have one of the worst infield defenses in all of effing baseball. That's
outfield.
Both. That's not a winning formula. That's not a strategy for success.
But I also see, my friend just sent this, where the Tigers' offense ranks in the last 15 days. All right?
Oh, God.
Runs, 29th. Hits, 29th. Home runs, 30th. RBIs, 30th. Strikeouts, 23rd. Batting average, 27th. OBP, 25th. Slugging, 30th. And OPS, 30th.
That's disgusting.
Surely there's 60 teams in the
MLB.
Yeah, you can't, really make any excuses for the guys that are actually playing because they're playing like shit. And one guy that should never be on the roster, with all due respect, Zach Short, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that shouldn't be getting any opportunities right now that are. The guys that are out there need to wake the fuck up. Already seeing down 1-0. So that's
shout out Gabe Workman.
Daryl the Plumber says, mailbag, buying my home opener tickets for the Lions this week. My buddy and I are heading from the West Coast and just wanted to come check out the new studio. Shout out Jesse. Come through, man.
Come through.
Hey, Jesse must have just got a raise, bro. Those tickets are.
Those tickets are not cheap.
Nick, did you sell them yet?
Yeah, Nick, you sell your tickets yet? Mailbag from Mailbag from John effing Lord. Last one. This or that? I'm more of a this guy.
What?
This or that?
Yeah.
I'll go that.
Of course, you would be a that guy.
What are you trying to say about that?
You would be a that guy. But that'll do it for us.
Hey, wait, real quick. Well, there's a super chat in here. Blow me 6969. Fire Scott Harris. He doesn't know what he's doing. Man, I'm starting to get there.
That's Kevin McGonigal looks pretty good so far. You need a lot more, but I mean, 1 for 1 on the call up so far.
Yeah, I'm not at the Fire Scott Harris trade.
I don't think you can blame him for the injuries.
I'm about 3 exits away.
All right.
On the freeway.
Well, that'll do it for us. Oh, another super chat in there. The Purple Puma, 8804, says Duran needs to go train in Houston with the Dream.
Train.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not going to say that it would be a bad idea to get in the gym with Hakeem.
It would not.
Why not?
I would love it. But that'll do it for us today. And Silent, we might be broke, but you're still listening to us, pussy. That'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button.
Smash.
For Chris, for Nick, for Gordon, for Skywalker, I'm Spencer. We're the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.